Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through on this Wednesday. Come and join us, have a seat. Welcome to all of you who've tuned in live from around the country today. We're going to spend the next sort of 30-40 minutes talking about DuePoint. That's why you're here this morning. Hopefully by the end of this presentation, you'll feel just a little bit of the excitement we're feeling about it right now, as DuePoint is spreading across our nation in a time when there seems to be really just negative news around for us. We're hoping to spread a little bit of good news at DuePoint into a country that, as I say, is full of sadness most of the time. Ladies and gentlemen, today it's important for you to note that DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. This is very important to know. This was not a new business. We were first registered in 1952. We are 68 years old this year. We are listed on the JSE and we are licensed. Long-term and short-term insurance licenses. So you are not dealing with a company that's blown in from offshore somewhere, from Thailand or Russia or America or something. No, you're dealing with a homegrown South African company, and one that you can place a little bit of trust in. About 5 years ago, we started forming the division of DuePoint because we were trying to address two problems that we have. All of us have them as South Africans, but one of them was very specific to us as Constantia. We were starting to see the old forms of distribution starting to dry up in South Africa. At the time, we thought it was because technology was getting worn out, the old forms of advertising and that, where people were no longer responding to it. But we soon also discovered that we have individuals in South Africa, almost all of us, in fact I would say all of us, finding ourselves systematically in a position of financial crisis. Most South Africans haven't yet realized it or even admitted it to themselves. But currently, if you're a South African and you're not part of the top 0.5% in the country, you are in fact in financial crisis. In an economy that is receding the way ours is, in a country where legislation is being passed out of control, and in a global world where jobs, traditional jobs, are no longer supplying sufficiently to cover the population, it is just a matter of time before you find yourself without any form of income. Now, for most people that I talk to, particularly my peer group, I find it very hard for them to accept this message. They're like, no, well, I'll just get another job. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you'll find these days that just getting another job is not a possibility anymore. Just under 600,000 people moved into the unemployed bracket at the beginning of this year. About 250,000 that were previously employed, and 375,000 new matriculants. That is going to happen again at the end of this year. And I can assure you that if our economy continues to recede the way it is, there'll be less jobs next year than there were at the beginning of this year. It is crisis out there for us at the moment. And when we fully understood this 5 years ago, before it really hit us, we started to say, well, there's two things we've got to do. We've got to create a new type of distribution, one that suits 21st century South Africans, and we've got to create a way that they're equipped to be able to purchase what we're selling, which means that we need to create wealth for South Africans first and foremost. And with those two objectives in place, we created what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, we're going to give you one task. It's not going to be selling. It's not going to be advertising or presenting or carrying stock around with you. No, that's all 1990s and before. We're going to ask you to do one thing. We're going to ask you to connect the 57 million South Africans that are in financial crisis to us. Using our technology, it's 3 taps on your smartphone. 3 taps on your screen and you have connected a South African to us. And we're going to ask you to go out and do that repeatedly. As you do that, you'll be creating a new platform of distribution for us here at DuePoint, into which we will come along and we'll facilitate the purchase of our products, creating greater revenue for us. With greater revenue, we're now in a position where we're able to create wealth for you in the form of recurring extra income. This is not a cash-in-transit business. You've been to many presentations before, I'm sure, where you've been told that you have to sell things. Milkshakes, energy drinks, toiletries, cryptocurrencies, whatever it might be. You've always had to sell something. Now, most of these are legitimate, some are not, but most are legit. But that's a process of creating what we call cash in transit. You sell something and you get cash once off. That is not wealth. Any sales job, if you're involved in it, you'll know, has not created wealth for you because you're unemployed until you make the sale. You earn nothing until you have concluded the sale. We're in the business of wealth creation at DuePoint, not cash in transit. What wealth is recurring reliable, steadfast income. How do we create it? Well, we use our financial services products here to create that. They run on debit order systems and they don't expire. They're never broken, they don't deteriorate, and they're always perfect on delivery instantaneously every time. It means that no matter what day of the year it is, no matter what you're doing on that day, whether you're lying in a hospital or at work, on holiday, on a beach or overseas, our debit order system raises those payments, and as they're paid, your income comes in every single month on a reliable, steadfast basis. We've also designed this system to fit into every single South African's circumstances. Because this is a homegrown South African business, we know how to make it work for South Africans. Number one reason for not doing DuePoint: I'm too busy. I don't have time. Ladies and gentlemen, you wouldn't be South African if you had time. We would consider you a foreigner in our country if you had time. No one in South Africa has time. It is not a valid excuse at DuePoint because we have designed the system to take that into account. Our system allows you, through our technology, to create 24 hours a day teams, channels of individuals who go out and create wealth for you when you cannot. In fact, you're able to create wealth 24 hours a day with us, which means that even as you sleep, you are now in a position and now hold a tool in your hands that can change your financial circumstances. You do not need to pay anything to be part of and use our system. Our technology, our staff, and our offices are all yours by simply being a product owner here at DuePoint. There is no additional fee, no startup cost, no monthly admin fee or sales fee, no cost of application forms. Today is not a financial risk decision for you. So I tease some people that go, no, I need to go and speak to my spouse. No, you don't, because you're not making a financial decision today. If I was here saying, like all the other presentations, you need to buy a 3,800 Rand starter kit or pay me 5,000 Rand at the door, well, then we could talk about having to talk to your spouse. Today, no money at all will leave your pockets, and you can become, this afternoon, a wealth engineer, creating wealth for yourselves. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, because you are not selling, you're not brokers, you're not intermediaries, you're not representatives, you're not advisors, you're not advertisers, we ask you just to connect. It means that every single South African from every single walk of life here today can become a wealth engineer. And it means that everybody is now able, in South Africa, in the current set of economic circumstances that we have, are able to create for themselves a proper and real asset. What is that? That is something that creates wealth for you on a monthly basis, which means you can price it and you can sell it in the DuePoint system. In addition, when you pass away one day, it will automatically transfer to your children, and the income that you were earning during your lifetime and building is now an income that they will earn during their lifetime. We're here building intergenerational wealth at DuePoint. You see, we're 70 years old. We don't think about how we're going to solve the circumstances of just today. We're building a system that will transcend the generations in South Africa. And you, when you walk out of here today, have a tool in your hands that not only yours, but one that once you finish building it will be picked up by your children, and they will be able to take the wealth of your family even further. There is nothing in South Africa today like DuePoint. Now, people think that I say that as a marketing statement. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a statement of fact, and you don't have to believe me today. Give it a bit of time, and you will begin to realize that there is physically nothing in South Africa today that creates wealth on the permanent generational basis that DuePoint does today. We often tease people. One of my major wealth engineers says to his friends, really want you to consider becoming a wealth engineer and changing your financial circumstances. Oh, I need to think about it. I need to talk to my wife. I don't have time. He says, no, it's all right. Don't do it, because I'm going to go and get all your friends. So they can either be with you or they can be with me. You decide right now. But everybody is coming to DuePoint. It's the truth. In the next 5 to 10 years, every single South African will have been through these doors, because we are in financial crisis. These are not things you need to accept. Go outside and look. Do the research, and you will understand, as South African citizens, we are in a financial crisis. And DuePoint is the only one, the only thing in South Africa today that offers the proper solution. We give you the solution in a format that is completely convenient to you. One of the major things that I battle with my peers when I talk to them is their ego. It is like Mount Everest. They would rather lie under a bridge with a cardboard box than tell anybody about any form of earning income. It is a frightening reality, and what it means is I've already watched a handful of my peers go into absolute financial destitution. They become more pliable at that stage. You know, when you're actually on the street with your children, suddenly then your ego is not quite so big. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to tackle this problem, because we know we can't eradicate it, so we have to tackle it, we have built our system to be completely ego-friendly in South Africa. We use the latest and greatest cutting-edge global technology in our business, which you get for free here, which means that instead of you having to do presentations, having to sell things, having to drag stock around and application forms around, instead of you having to do any of that, we do it all for you through our application on your phone. 3 clicks and you're connecting individuals to people. That's all we ask you to do. 3 clicks on your phone. And you can get a nice fancy new phone that you can be all proud, that suits your ego, and you show it to your friends, look how awesome my phone is, click, 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 and you're connecting South Africans to us. It is being designed for you and for every South African in our circumstances. By connecting individuals, we are able to then present the DuePoint opportunity to many, many of them, and some of the people you connect to us will become wealth engineers like you. When they do, we allocate them to you through our technology and your channel. Your team is born. These folk are going to go out and do exactly the same thing. 3 clicks on the smartphone screen, and they will be connecting individuals in their spheres of influence around the country, all of whom will be allocated to you as they become wealth engineers. We then, as DuePoint, come along and do the work for you. We facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel that you've done. And without you having to do any selling, any presenting, your income is born at DuePoint. We distribute this wealth to you in 2 ways. Firstly, through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 every month for every product payment in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment is made. So for instance, you go out, you're going to chat to some of your friends. Some will become wealth engineers, they'll pay for their products, and you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. It's 55 Rand. It's 55 Rand for every product every month. Don't look at it and think it's a small amount of money. That's just ignorance speaking. I've had many people come to me and say, yeah, but I can sell the pot and get 450 Rand. Folks, that's once. You get 450 Rand once and poof, it's gone. Here at DuePoint, you will create a single connection to us. One time, with one triple click on your phone, and you have created a constant and recurring stream of 55 Rands. Now, if the individual takes 2 products, you get 110 Rand, 3, 165 Rand, 4, 220 Rand, and so on. You're in control now of your income, which you are not at your jobs, which you are not at your businesses, which you are not when you are selling. Now you're back in control of your wealth with us here at DuePoint. These individuals are going to go out. They're going to do the same thing. Click on their smartphones, connect a few more people. When they make their payments, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand again. Have a look at this example. You've been here 5 minutes. And in those 5 minutes, you put a handful of people into your channel, and you are earning 1,000 Rand a month with us. It's not 90,000 or 100,000 like you promised on Facebook and WhatsApp and all that nonsense, because that's not real. You know it's not real. It's here today, gone tomorrow stuff. At DuePoint, year after year, we permanently create financial change for South Africans. Little bit of effort and you're on 12,000 Rand a year with us. Put a little bit more time and effort in and your earning potential is unlimited. It just depends on you. If you want to put more in, do it. And as you grow, you'll earn, but on a diminishing basis. But only to the 8th point. From the 8th point on, you will always get 4% of R27.50 for every product payment in your channel, no matter how big your channel is, as long as you qualify to earn. We have a number of videos on our YouTube channel and on our website that you can watch to understand how you can earn at DuePoint. The shortest one, I think, is 2 minutes, 57 seconds. We explain the whole system to you. It's that complicated that it took Rob 2 minutes and 57 seconds to explain it to you. And once you've understood it, folks, you understand how you have got something in your hands now that you never had before and will unlikely have again, that will not only give you unlimited potential, but your children who come after you and your children's children. This is a generational wealth system that we have built for you here. And you're not selling products, you're not presenting, you're not carrying things around. You're simply connecting people to us here at DuePoint. We can calculate what your wealth will be at DuePoint. We've been around long enough now to have the data to pretty accurately explain to you what you can expect to earn here. Now for many people, not for many, for some people, they're always telling me you earn too slowly at DuePoint. I think Patrick had one the other day saying, oh, no, don't earn enough. 90 days, if I invest in this, I get money. And then poof, that's gone and so is his money. Ladies and gentlemen, the creation of true wealth always comes at the price of time. Always. There's no escaping it. Start your own business, start a career, start a channel at DuePoint. They all come with the same price, which is time. Time and effort will determine your outcome with us, nothing else. We give no guarantees ever at DuePoint because we know you can't guarantee that you'll put time in. Don't ask me why not. I'll put it in your hands. We'll show you how to do it, and then you'll go, no, I'm going to go and watch Supersport 1 this weekend instead. And so we say for those of you, and there are them out there, who want to invest in changing their future, put time in. And if you do, I can calculate how much you're going to earn with us here at DuePoint. We use a simple growth rate formula. We call it 3 + 2. What it says is that in your first month with us, you're responsible for putting 3 people into your first point of your channel. 3 people, 3 connections in your first month. That's 9 taps on your smartphone screen. If you can do 3 people in your first month, and you can then do 2 people every month thereafter, that's the +2. You've got to do it every month. You can't do it for 2 months and then watch and see what happens. I'll tell you what will happen. Nothing. You've got to be adding 2 people every month. That's 1 person every 15 days. That's all we're asking for. Not 30 people a month, not some crazy numbers. I've heard people say 8 hours a week and 15 hours a month. No, 2 people a month. We're South Africans, we're busy. If you can connect 2 people a month for us persistently over time, then I can tell you that you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month with us after just 6 months. You haven't been doing anything special. You've been adding 2 people a month. And so you're on 2,500 Rand a month. That's 30,000 Rand a year of extra income. You haven't quit your job. You haven't had to move provinces. You haven't had to become massively equipped and skilled and trained. No, you've just had to connect 2 people a month to us consistently. If you can carry on doing that for another 6 months, for a year, that's this time next year, you can reasonably expect to be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand a year that you have now created for yourself and your family. And it's taken a year. You have not killed yourself to do this, guys. It's 2 people a month that you've done consistently. But you haven't quit. You haven't done 2 weeks and said, oh, the first 2 people. Who did I hear the other day? Somebody I heard the other day said, no, I spoke to 3 people afterwards, and that was the end. Then I was done. I was finished. Ladies and gentlemen, you can definitely quit. You can quit. I said, it was beautiful. I saw somebody on Facebook say, how do I cancel my membership? You don't cancel. You're not paying anything. So you don't cancel. It's your tool forever. You don't pay for it every month. Just use it when you want. If you don't want to use it anymore, stop using it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to take 2 people. It's not going to take 3. It's 2 people every month. 2 people every month, and you're up to 10,000 Rand a month. When I sit down with my teams and I do training with them all the time, I sit in there and I say, if your boss came to you and said, I'll give you 10,000 Rand a month, you just got to get out there and find me 2 people a month. How many of you would say, I'm not doing that? I spoke to 2 people already, and they said, no, I quit. The boss would say, but I'm paying you 10,000 Rand a month. And then you go, yeah, no, that's fine, I'll carry on. I have it every time. People put their hand up, no problem, I'll definitely do 2 people a month for 10,000 Rand. Well, we've said that to you now. We've said get out there and speak to 2. You're going to find many of them are going to say no. Many will not pay. Many will cancel. Many will lapse on you. People are massively disappointing creatures. But we have built the mathematics around years of experience. And we know that consistently adding every month means that after 12 months you're on 10,000 Rand a month. What about after 2 years? If you constantly and perpetually put 2 people in every month, ignoring the naysayers, who are all in the same financial crisis as you, incidentally, then after 2 years you can reasonably expect to be on about 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's now put you in the top third of earners, according to SARS, in the country. 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month after 2 years. No, but I spoke to 20 people and they all let me down. Really? For 30,000 Rand a month, you're going to stop after 20 people? Then I get other people say, Brendan, I don't know anybody. I've expended my list of 5 people. Well, there are 57 million people in South Africa. My suggestion is walk out the door and you will find the people. These are not valid excuses. They are excuses that cover generally our laziness. We're in crisis. We no longer have the luxury of, well, I'll just move to another job. I'll just get a promotion. Those are not happening anymore in South Africa. I've not had anybody come to me recently and say, I got the most awesome promotion last year. I've had most people come to me and say, I got a decrease, or I got no increase, or I got 5%. That's what I'm hearing. That's what crisis sounds like. Can we do it for 3 years? If you connect people to us for 3 years, it'll rise to about 40,000 to 45,000 Rand a month. If you can do it for 4 years, it'll rise to about 60,000 Rand a month. You let me know after this if you know of a career that'll increase your earnings at this rate. And if you can do this for 5 years, then after 5 years of connecting 2 people a month to us, you can reasonably expect to be, on average, around 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1,000,000 a year, and you have now moved into the top 0.5% of earners in the country. I think it's only something like 35,000 people that earn R1,000,000 a year in South Africa out of 57 million people. And you've moved into it after 5 years, not 5 weeks, not 5 months, not the first 50 people you spoke to. 5 years of just consistently adding your 2 people every month, just consistently putting the time and the determination in. You have to count the cost of not doing DuePoint. You have to today. This is not something that's come in from overseas that's selling plastic wares or energy drinks. This is not what you're sitting in this afternoon. This afternoon, you're looking at the only other option you have in South Africa today. It is literally create wealth through DuePoint or slowly become poorer every year. If any one of you is getting richer every year, please come and tell me how you're doing it. I've not had one. We've had about 85,000 South Africans through these doors. Not one of them has ever come to me and said, I'm getting richer every day because I'm doing this. Every one of them has come. ESCO employees, there we go. Our government employees, perhaps. Ladies and gentlemen, we have no choice. We're either doing DuePoint or we're getting poorer every day. What do we ask you to do, DuePoint? Big presentations, selling our stock, coming to an extent. No, we're just saying, use your phone. Connect the 57 million people. Ignore the naysayers. Just keep going until you've created wealth for yourself. Are South Africans doing it? You betcha. As I've said, 85,000 people through these doors. We put on the stage every month 1 or 2 or 3 people from around the country who are using the tool. Not doing brilliantly. We show you some high flyers, but we show you guys doing badly or newbies or guys in the middle of their journey. We put them all up every month for you. This last month, we had Elaine up with us. Elaine's been with us for 6 months. According to my maths, what should she be on? 2,500 a month. Look at that, 2,475 after 6 months. How would you like to have an extra 30,000 Rand a year flowing into your bank account after 6 months of effort? Elaine's also in a very privileged position. She took one of our insurance products. She had her uncle undercover. He passed away. We paid for the funeral. You're not losing. It's not like I said, it's not an energy drink. You don't drink it and it's gone. She has a contracted financial services product with us that she benefited on. The value that we paid out will pay for more than her 299 Rand a month for the next 30 years in that one payout that we did for her. And she's earning 2,500 Rand a month with us. There are no, as I've said, there's no more room for educated debate around DuePoint. We've done it long enough to know that this is the only way. We have Andile with us. Andile's down in KZN. Looking forward to seeing you and your team this Saturday morning. Andile's been with us now for about 7 months, working hard down there in KZN. This is a nationwide business. It's not just Joburg. That's why we broadcast to you guys every day. 7 months, he's on 5 grand. That's double what I said he should be on. He obviously didn't see my presentation. It's up to you. This is your tool. You can put 2 people in a month. You can put 100,000 people in a month. It's completely up to you. You can also put 0 people in a month. I can accurately forecast how much you'll earn. Nothing. This is completely up to you now, what you put in. Go to our YouTube channel. You'll see all the stories there. There's over 100 there now. Right back through the years, the people using this tool, creating wealth for themselves. Some a couple hundred Rand a month, a couple thousand, 10s, 15s, 20, 30, 50, 100, 150,000 Rand a month. We got them all there. It all just depends on how hard you're willing to work and how many people you're willing to connect to us. You will decide your outcome. Second way we create wealth for you at DuePoint is through our XP Rewards training program. Our training program has been designed to do 2 things for you. First of all, to teach you how to do this. Many South Africans do not know how to create wealth. We'll teach you how to do it. Second of all, it's there to change the circumstances of your life. One of our key objectives at DuePoint is to change the lifestyles of South Africans. As South Africans, we do not live in great conditions. It's time to change that. As you complete the steps in the program, and guys, you need to engage with it. It doesn't come into your house and present itself to you. You need to get involved in the training program. It's all on your phone. Everything is on your phone. Get engaged with it, do the steps in your program, and you will be rewarded with what's called XP points. They're experience points. As they accumulate and as your channel grows and you meet those 2 criteria, we rank you up in the training program. And when we do, we reward you with cash a lot of the time, growing more and more each rank. And then with circumstance-changing items. We start by giving you a tool. It's an imported Lightning memory stick from the USA. It's got everything on it that you need to connect South Africans to DuePoint with, whether you're online or offline. At rank 7, we give you a 20,000 Rand set of customized, gold-gilded, imported business cards. It takes us ages to make these things. I think there's a guy down in Cape Town that chews the gold onto the cards for us or something. It's just like, that was a joke. No one ever gets it though. They think there isn't a guy down there chewing gold onto the cards. Once you've seen a card with real gold gilding on it, you'll understand how people want to connect to DuePoint when they see it. Ladies and gentlemen, find a rank 7 in and amongst us, around us. Look in the glass cabinet, wherever you are, and I'll show you what a 20,000 Rand business card looks like. That's yours when you hit rank 7. Then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size with us every year that you do, for the rest of your life, we will take you and your family away on a 1-week trip, 5-star, all expenses paid business class trip. We had fun last week. We saw one of the guys that's blown in from KZN in one of these things. Not blown in from KZN, blown in from overseas through the harbor in KZN, with their letter out to their qualifying guys. And the letter was fantastic. The whole letter started with capital letters saying, "We do not pay, we do not pay, we do not pay." All right, you're never going to get a letter like that from DuePoint. From DuePoint, you'll get, "Where do you live? We're coming to pick you up. If you don't live in Joburg, we'll fly you up to Joburg, and we will take you, all expenses paid, away." You will not need your wallets on any of these trips. You will be delivered back to your house at the end. And we will do it every year with your partner and 2 children. If you've got more than 2 children, you have to pick your 2 favorite ones. And they can come with us. Every year for the rest of your life. Will you get to rank 9? Well, some of you will and some of you won't. You will choose. I won't, DuePoint won't. You will choose whether you get to rank 9. You've got to connect 1,000 products to our business, 1,000 people to our people. You can do, if they take 2 products, 500 people, etc., etc. You can look at our training on that. Once you've done that, and you can maintain that every year, not putting another in, just maintain those 1,000, well, then every year we'll take you away on trips that look a little bit like this. planning already this year's trip. We've been in the years past. That was a compilation of a few trips. Isn't it nice to see real footage instead of that fake internet images and footages I see every time I look everywhere? Hey. Folks, you can do the real or you can do the fake. At DuePoint, you're doing the real. We are going away, and we're taking it up a notch again this year. Our trip away will be absolutely incredible at the end of this year. That's rank 9. At rank 11, we give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not rented from us. It's not financed from us. And we don't take it away once we've given it to you. It's your car. This is a real wealth creation business. And we want you to have the tools on your name. On your name. Yes, that's right. This is real. Everything that we do here is real. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 28 mapped ranks in our program. That's the first 11. What comes after that if that's only the first third of the training program? You're not dealing with something that doesn't deliver on its promises. Every one of the promises we've made at DuePoint we've delivered on. And we'll continue to do as the years continue to pass. We create our wealth through the distribution of our products. We have 4 products at DuePoint. Our first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It costs 324 Rand a month, and for that you get 2 independent products, your very own tax-free investment account and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of your 324 every month, we put it into your investment accounts, your money. So this product effectively costs you 224 Rand a month. Our next product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month. For that, you get 1,000,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. No waiting periods, no maximum age limits, and no medical examinations or declarations. Every South African of every circumstance can be in DuePoint through our products. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Cover. It starts at 299 Rand a month. For that, you get two benefits. Firstly, funeral cover. You can pick between 20 or 30,000. You can add between 5 and 10 family members to the plan. And the second benefit is the principal member of the product gets 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, which means that when they pass away, we settle 10,000 Rands worth of their debt so that their children don't have to. And then our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month. For this, you get access to all of our suppliers. We have suppliers across the industry and the economy in South Africa giving you discounts, prices, vouchers, VIP services, all sorts of bits and pieces you couldn't necessarily get as an individual, but can now get as a WealthPoint member in this product. All of our products have full review and training videos. They are class leading in their categories. People sometimes come and go, no, but I can get a better product. You cannot get a better product in these categories in the country. You can watch the training videos and I'll demonstrate to you why. We've even done the research. We continue to do the research. You get them starting at 249 Rand a month. Watch those videos. Understand how you can maximize your benefits at DuePoint before you've even started using our wealth creation tool. We're running a very special Wealth Quest this month to assist those of you who are creating wealth for yourselves. This month's Wealth Quest says that if you're able to find 20 people on your first and second points who take our Wealth Points Buyers Club product and pay for it by the end of this month, well, we'll put 10,000 Rand in your bank in the middle of next month. 20 people. And that's on top of the returns and rewards and everything else that I've been talking about. 20 people. Oh, but I spoke to 3 people, I quit. I don't have time for 10,000 Rand. I'm too busy getting poorer every month. Those are not marketing statements. Those are factual economic statements. Go and do the research. See what the economists are saying about the average South African at the moment. Or you can get out there and take some of your time every day and connect South Africans. If you can do 20 this month, by the end of the month, you'll be at the minimum 10,000 Rand wealthier. This year, we've introduced a very special incentive for South Africans who are determined to change their circumstances in 2019. We call it our 365 Challenge, and it says don't put 2 people in a month, put 1 person in a day. Now that's an average. You don't have to put 1 person in a day, but as long as you put 365 people in by the end of 365 days, then we will reward you with the equivalent of 1.25 million Rand. Nothing that you are doing in the South African economy today is going to reward you with 1.25 million Rand in the next 12 months. But here you can get that. Your task is to connect 365 people to us. If you go and look again at our videos, you will find that there are many, many people who have done many folds that number in a year, in a month even. But your task is to do it in a year. 365 out of 57 million people. That's what we're asking for. And if you can do that, you will receive a check for 365,000 Rand from us. Your channel with 365 people in it will have grown to beyond rank 9, which means you'll be coming away on holiday with us at the end of this year. It will have grown beyond rank 11, which means maybe for the first time in your life, you'll get your own brand new car this year. And your channel will be worth about 40 to 50,000 Rand a month in returns. That's the equivalent of 865,000 Rand in cash in the next 12 months, and a car and a holiday. When I say you need to count the cost of not doing DuePoint, I am dead serious. You can walk out of here today and wherever you are with all the excuses in the world, just make sure that you have counted the cost before you do. There is nothing in South Africa today like DuePoint. To become a wealth engineer today is very, very simple. You go to our website, you will find everything there. Full open book, no pages still under construction, no missing details, no fake pictures and drawings from the internet. You will find everything quite real there. We're a public company. You can go watch the videos, read the pages, do what you need to do. Once you're done, click the Apply and Join button. In less than 3 minutes, you will be a wealth engineer with not a single cent having left your pockets today. And this afternoon, you can start building wealth with us here at DuePoint. Ladies and gentlemen, do the research. Go to the JSE's website. You will find us under Conduit Capital there. We're a listed public company. Go to Constantia's website, find our financial statements there. You can even find out what our directors earn and what our BEE status is. It's all there. Go to the FSCA's website. Go and look up all of our licenses, life, short-term, and our financial services provider licenses. They're all there. You are dealing with a long-standing insurance company in the South African economy that is offering the only economically viable solution to South Africans today. We're going to be down in Durban this Saturday morning. Looking forward to seeing all of you there. Those of you who are coming, please book your tickets. Limited seating venue. The tickets are free, as is everything at DuePoint. Just make sure you get booked now. Get booked now. Go into our apps, click the event button, or into our website and click events. Get yourself and your guests booked in. For wealth engineers coming from outside the province, remember it's 10,000 XP for you and your wealth engineers who come from outside KZN. Remember that for every encounter, those of you who've engaged with the XP Rewards program would know this, that if you go to one of our encounters outside of a province you live, it's 10,000 XP for you. So make sure your transport's booked, your accommodation's booked. We're going to see you there this Saturday. Andile's team, Owen's team, we got loads of guys down there at the moment. I'm looking forward to seeing you all down there on Saturday morning. Folks, I think you can see that we are pretty serious about what we're doing here at DuePoint. This is not one of those presentations that you've been to before just to make your friend happy. No, we're actually doing something quite real here at DuePoint, and we're hoping and expecting South Africans to come on board with us to help us solve those two things that we identified 5 years ago. A new way of buying is what we want in South Africa. That's what we've created. And a new way of creating controllable, permanent wealth for ourselves that doesn't give us money that disappears, but gives us life-changing, permanent, intergenerational wealth. That's what we're doing at DuePoint today. If you've got questions and concerns, come and ask them. Come and ask them. But don't walk out of here today without this tool in your hands. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching us live, we're going to be back on tomorrow night at 6:30. Make sure you tune back in. And for the rest of you, I'll see you outside. Thank you very much. Thank you.